Hi everyone, I'm doing this video to show you how you can grow a lot of stuff within a small area. Let me start over here. These are the potatoes. You can see they're very healthy. I'm growing them in potato bags. They're designed for better aeration. They're kind of made of felt and you can reuse them, so it's always good. I made a slight mistake in making them in allowing them to face the sun on one side for too long, so I won't do that again. But other than that, I'm pretty excited about those. Here are some seedlings I still have left. I started them from seed on my windowsill in about February, and here's where they are now. These are the extras, but I always like to keep a few extra in case one of them in the garden doesn't make it, so I can quickly replace them. This is lemon balm, which planted 20 seeds and one of them sprouted. So here's this one. It's a perennial, growing it in this pot. It seems to be doing well since it got warmer out. And with any luck, I'll be able to take it inside in the winter and make some tea out of it. Okay, moving over here. I grew tomatoes here the last 3 years, but they didn't do so well last year because when you grow something in the same place for multiple years, it's not good because it promotes disease. It stays in the soil, so I'm giving this a break. Here you can see I planted flower seeds. This is my bee and butterfly garden. So it's filled with zinnias and cosmos and all kinds of flowers that will attract pollinators, which is something you want to do in your garden. Here are a couple of other flowers. I'm kind of haven't done anything with this part of the garden yet. Last year I grew beans here, but this year I haven't really decided on anything. This here is peppermint. It's new. I haven't tried growing this before. It's also a perennial, and I put it in a pot because it can get very invasive, and this will contain it. You can also make tea out of it along with a lot of other things, mint flavored. Here's basil. For those of you who like pesto, just trim off a little bit at the top, and it'll grow and it'll get even bushier, and eventually, hopefully, it'll grow into a big enough bush where after 1 or 2 harvests you have enough to make pesto, or it's great on a caprese salad or with lettuce. This is parsley. This is also new. I haven't used it. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to use it. These herbs I mostly purchased because they're not easy to germinate from seed. But as you can see, it's growing very nice and healthy in a pot here. Over here is more basil. Over here is lavender, another perennial herb. There are no flowers yet. Hopefully, if I bring it inside and it survives the winter, because you can't keep perennials out in pots, the roots will get too cold and they'll die. So hopefully, if I bring it out again next year, I'll plant it somewhere else in the garden and it'll actually get flowers. Here are some lilies. Again, they will attract pollinators, and under the grating there is one cucumber seed, which I plant, a cucumber plant, which I planted. I got another 2, you can see around here and there, and hopefully it will grow up this grating and onto the fence, and they will kind of take off. This part of the garden, I just planted some sunflower seeds. I planted them a while ago, but only one came up, so I'm replanting them. And they're Russian mammoth ones, so hopefully they'll get really tall. They're supposed to get like 12 feet tall. Another important thing to remember when you're growing stuff in a city is the quality of your soil. I don't like to grow my edibles close to the house, just because you never know what contaminants you might find in the soil there. You know, different paints and substances. So I like to grow stuff, more edible stuff, either in pots or further away from the house. Here you can see I've been gradually trying to turn this lawn into a garden. This is the first phase of that project. Last year I didn't grow vegetables up here. It was just kind of just grass. So this year you can see I've put some mulch down, some compost, 2 bags of compost and 1 bag of mulch, and I planted these lovely flowers that are all designed to attract bees and butterflies and good blooms. I have some daisies, some blue salvia, and some begonias. And over here you can see the second phase. I'm hoping to put more flowers over here as well. Right now I'm just trying to kill the grass. You can see it's starting to get brown underneath, so I can hopefully rip all of that out and put it there. Here you can see all the compost I've used. I like to use Great Gardens. It's a Long Island compost product, but many local municipalities will have things that do that. It's 100% organic, so it doesn't contain any chemicals. Even the mulch that I've used is from that brand. Sometimes I use Miracle-Gro too. Here you can see I have my tomato garden. I have 4 tomato plants. You can see they've come a long way since they were seedlings. Decent size, even the small one, which was eaten by a squirrel a little bit, is doing well. I have 2 basil plants as well, you can see. They're supposed to give the tomatoes better flavor, and they're also just a good companion plant. They mutually benefit each other. And there are some marigolds which keep cats and stuff away. Here's some roots that I hacked out of the garden before. It's good to leave them laying around because, you know, they tend to attract decent bugs. This part of the garden I haven't really addressed yet. I just recently weeded it. But those green plants produce nice flowers in the spring in the fall rather, that attract bees and butterflies. It's important to attract pollinators. They're endangered right now, and they're beneficial to your garden. So you want to do your part to help them. And this is a new crop for me as well. I've never grown it before, but it's corn. As you can see, I put it in a 3-2 arrangement. It's designed to ensure adequate pollination and space within a raised bed. It's a good process. I looked it up online. I haven't put mulch down yet, but I'm also waiting for some squash to come up. I planted seeds, here and in that corner over there. So hopefully that'll come out. That's mutually beneficial companion planting as well. It'll cover the roots because corn produces very shallow roots that can be easily blown over, and that will protect the roots. So and it'll give me nice squash in the fall. So next phase, probably next year, would be to put maybe 1 or 2 more of these planters up here, and we'll see. Everything's going according to plan. As you can see, this is not a very big area, but it's supposed to yield me a decent amount. Corn, I'm supposed to get about 30-35 years of corn. We'll see how that goes. So I'm supposed to get about 50 pounds of potatoes from that 5-pound thing. 5 pounds of seed potatoes, which I started, which you can get on Amazon. And hopefully a decent amount of tomatoes here. Plants are looking pretty healthy. So I'll be sure to post updates. Until next time, this is Farmer John signing off.